Jon Matteson here, taking over the Starkid Instagram account, answering questions all day today, doing an AMA. You asked for, everybody's asking for it and talking about it. When is Jon Matteson going to do an understudy takeover to talk about Tomb Quest? Well, today's the day. We're doing an AMA. Poster questions here. It's going to be great. And I look like I work at a customer service call center. So that's what today's going to be. I'm going to be your tech support for Tomb Quest. Tomb Quest tech support. Okay, so what song should we most look forward to? All the music in the show is really incredible. Clark has done a fucking incredible job with the music. I really love the closing number. I think it's really beautiful. It wraps in themes and motifs from the rest of the show. And there are some really stellar duets that everyone's going to want to learn and do after this show. I'm trying to remember what songs were revealed during the Kickstarter, so I don't reveal things I shouldn't. But the duets, I think, are just extremely memorable. And I also think the closing number is so sweet and so gorgeous. That's my answer to that. I first discovered Starkid through meeting Lauren Lopez and Jeff Blim in Chicago and getting to know them before I knew what Starkid was because I wasn't cool. And then the first show I saw was Firebringer. I saw Firebringer live sitting next to Jeff Blim. It was incredible. The music was incredible. And I was just blown away by the fan response and by the community, and the quality of the shows, and also how funny everyone was. As soon as I met the people who were involved in Starkid, I was like, God, these are the funniest people in the world. My favorite thing about the rehearsal process so far, the cast is phenomenal. I've never been able to be in a show with AJ before or watch AJ perform, and watching AJ's process is really incredible. You're going to want to see this show to get to see AJ just really let loose vocally and comedically in this show. It's a really, really great show. For the whole cast, really, the chemistry in the cast is phenomenal. The understudies are also, once again, dynamite. Dynamite casting all around. I'm really making some great new friendships in this show. And also Lauren's choreography marries beautifully with Clark's music in this show. It's really, really funny, really energetic. It's a killer show. Which Starkid members would you choose as your brother sister? Well, Mariah Rose Faith Casillas is my legal sister. Mariah and I are definitely of sibling energy, and also Mariah has always reminded me of my own like real sister, as far as personality and support and kindness and talent. Oh my God, something just fell. Jamie and Mariah and I also got sick at the same time last year. I pray no one gets sick in this year. And that was kind of bonded us together. We had this secret thread where we would talk. We had a sister, like a witch coven thread that was really sweet. And also, Jeff Blim, I love you, my brother for life. Is Tomb Quest a more serious musical or a comedy or both? I'm glad you asked. Even though it takes place after the funeral of their friend, Tomb Quest is really a celebration of their friend and what their friend loved. And that friend's passing brings all of these old friendships together, and it reignites that friendship, reignites that fire, and it reignites their passion for D&D. It's really life-affirming and really silly and really funny and really fun and really energetic. Does Corey get to fly? You're going to have to come see the show. Does Corey fly? I'm studying Corey's part. I'm studying Ben. Flying spiritually, metaphysically, energetically, actual literally. The load in is next. I really like this question. I'm going to answer it in 3 parts, in the lines. Not a man, m'lady, but a knight nonetheless. That's one of my favorites. Or, hello, friendly winds. If you can tell me which that one is. Or, fuck Clivesdale. No, I was trying to think of but I love the entire musical from Guide in the Musical, so I'm trying to pick a line that's my favorite line. Also, my favorite line from A Nightmare Time series. I ought to pick you in a canoe. I ought to let a bird walk all over you. It's not working anything. I'm going to answer this question in 2 parts because there are 2 really important phases of my journey. In Chicago, there was the incredibly talented, still is, the incredibly talented Tyler Samples, and the, I think, pretty well-known Brian Judkins, who are both phenomenally talented DMs in their own right. And Tyler ran a session of Pathfinder for a very long time for me. It was a very casual campaign, and then Brian introduced me to D&D, and I wish I played a lot more with Brian, but both very, very talented DMs. And then the other person who really, really made me fall in love with D&D was over the pandemic. The incredibly talented George Primavera ran a campaign that was almost a roguelike D&D session, and he was phenomenal at storytelling, incredible at voices, really was a great entry point for any skill level of D&D. I love working with George. He's an incredible DM in his own right, and we play D&D together. On a show called Realm, so check that out as well if you like TTRPGs. My favorite part of understudying Ben and Luke, this entire process has been extremely challenging. I have a massive amount of respect for the professional, incredible understudies that I worked with in London and the West End, and with the understudies that we have here in LA. First of all, Starkid does a great job of attracting killer talent and really, really funny people who are all incredibly charismatic and talented and easy to work with and make really exciting choices. And getting to see that work happen in real time has been both inspiring and also just pushing me to work harder, and also to just... I got cut off by Instagram. I just wanted to continue saying that my favorite parts of understudying Ben and Luke, moving on, again, incredible understudies, overall, just everyone they've brought onto the process is incredible. I'm also excited to work with Allie again, not again, for the first time. Well, again, if you count Homecoming, anyway, whatever. And I really like studying both the way Kurt works closely and the way Corey works. It is just, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of lines. But it's a really fun show to learn because the relationships are so beautiful and complex, and the histories between each of the characters are so complex. I really can't wait to see people's reactions to this show. I hope you come see it. There are the tickets. How well do you have to understand D&D to watch Tomb Quest? You don't need to understand D&D to watch Tomb Quest. Trust me on this. I'm really trying to be better as a performer without spoilering anything, without giving spoilers away. I am no longer the Tom Holland of Starkid, so I won't reveal anything, but you don't have to understand any of the rules to appreciate the magic of Tomb Quest and the beautiful relationships between each of these characters. It is so incredible. The music is incredible. The chemistry in this cast is incredible. And another thing that people need to understand, I'm going to post a photo of the audience. I've been in the stage of the Colony Theater. There's no bad seats. It's a three-quarter thrust. It's equidistant. Everything. All the seats are perfect. I'm going to answer this one again. You don't have to have knowledge on TTRPGs to understand Tomb Quest. Do you understand friendships and how friendships evolve over time when there are gaps of time between old friends who may have not seen each other? Do you understand when you've maybe had a fight that was never resolved, and between an old friend, and you wanted to you've had nightmares about it, and some deep part of your gut is like, I wish I had said something different? Do you understand love? And do you understand new connections? Do you understand cool choreography and incredible music by Clark Backstresser? That is all you need to understand. But sincerely, you don't need to understand TTRPGs. They don't get bogged down with the rules. In fact, again, I'm not going to spoil anything, but you don't need to understand TTRPGs. Will there be a pro shot? You bet your ass there's going to be an amazing pro shot of this show. And here's something else, because I want to continue talking about the Colony Theater. I love the El Portal Theater. I'm excited about the Colony Theater because I'm excited about the possibility of having pro shots in this new space. I walked into that space. The sound in that space was impeccable. It was beautiful. And again, there's no bad seats in the house. You can view easily all the way in the back or the side because of the three-quarters thrust. The stage is it's a really open stage. And I think that's going to open up a lot of possibilities for Starkid Pro Shots. How cry-worthy on a scale of 1 to 10? I would say it's a 9, but it's not. You know, the music in these duets in this show are just really they're gonna make it to the top of your tier lists. I know a lot of you out there make tier lists. I've seen some of them, and honestly, I should rank higher. But the music in this show will 100% be high up there on your rankings. The duets are gonna make you cry, so I'm gonna say a 9. It's happy, but man, when that 5-part harmony comes in, weep. Get ready to weep. Okay, now we're mixing it up. We're mixing it up into different questions. So we're going to go into a new type of question, vocal exercise. I have 2 favorite vocal exercises. One is just a facial exercise that I now do before every show, popularized by the amazing Will Branner, where I massage here, I pull this and I twist this, massage under here, I massage these muscles all add to tension, and I've posted that exercise. And then starting gentle with your exercises and then going up into scales is really important. But something I think that people don't talk about enough is warming down after you do a show. Most people do a show and they immediately go out and talk to your friends, but look up warm down exercises. That is really helpful. I might have to take a break in a minute, but I want to say this. If you want to do theater in the future, please read, travel a lot. Like if you're in school, study abroad if you can, but if not, just read. Find books that are on acting, on theater, on producing theater. The Artist as Citizen is one I love. I'll post a reading list on my carousel for actors who want to who have recommendations, books on acting, or just books on producing theater. A book that was recommended to me by Patrick McDonald, which I read, which I loved, was The Spamalot Diaries by Eric Idle, which was about producing Spamalot. We need more theater. We need more art. Please keep making art with handmade art. This one. This one. This one here. This one right here. This one here. I'm cleaning. I'm cleaning and doing this. One thing people should know about Tomb Quest, God, I look tired, is that it really is going to be incredible as a live experience. The choreography is going to be electric. People are going to be moving through the audience. Technically a spoiler, but it is just, you should know it's going to be really, really great as a live experience. And it makes me really excited and hopeful that Starkid keeps using the Colony Theater, because I'm really in love with that space, and I've only spent, about a week in it so far, but it is truly a gorgeous space, and you don't have to wait in the heat anymore in line. It's attached to a parking lot. There's no bad seat in the house. I'm very, very excited, and I mean that sincerely. It's going to be a killer live experience. I do have a different pre-show ritual from show to show. I'll just tell you what my pre-show ritual was for the West End, which was I get up in the morning, I shower, I do a speech warm-up first, which is about 20 minutes. Like, I learned it from Mary Jo Dupree, first starting with like a QX, going softly from whispering into full voice, then going QX, and then adding QX, and I do a whole litany of speech warm-ups, and then I eat, drink some tea, more liquid, and then about an hour later I would do a full vocal warm-up, and then I would just do a little bit of vocal warming up before the show. This has been asked a couple of times now, and I cannot avoid it anymore. This is a really basic response, so I'm going to apologize. But I really love all of the subclasses that come with being a warrior. Like there's really fun subclasses with being a warrior. You have so many different options and access to feats earlier on. So that is really, really up there. I'll also say that I love tortured spellcasters, and so I love sorcerers, I love warlocks, and I love the role play that comes along with the powers that you get. And it's just, casting spells are just so fun. You're squishier, but it's just so fun. Play TTRPGs. If Boy Jerry were a D&D character, he would very easily be a bard, a chaotic evil bard. He'd be casting vicious mockery. I mean, the whole show he's doing vicious mockery. So yeah, he would be a bard, chaotic evil bard easily. Not a good guy. I'm gonna answer this one because Gabe did answer this one so well. My dream role in any Starkid show. It's so hard. I love Twisted so much. I don't think I could play Prince Ahmed as well as Joe Walker. If you haven't seen Twisted yet, you're doing yourself a disservice. If you are following you gotta go watch Twisted. I would love to understudy Joe Walker in Twisted. Joe Walker's so funny. Have you seen Annie? Have you seen Starship? Have you seen Twisted? Go watch more Joe. He's a brilliant man. There are too many to count here. But I mean, I really would love. I did get to do a show with a lot more of the Starkids when Firebringer was happening. I did a show that was a play before Firebringer happened called Sex, Wieners, and Boobs. And Joe Walker was in it.
who, again, I'd love to do another show with Joe Walker. I'd love to do a show with Brian Holden, with Allie, even Allie's assistant directing Tomb Quest, but I think Allie is both funny and an amazing singer. Meredith, I'd love to do a show with Meredith. Meredith is also an amazing singer and funny. There are so many. There are way too many to name, but yeah, I would love to do more shows with them. No, it's not too late to start getting into theater. Not at all. It's never too late to do the things that bring you joy. Just don't expect someone asked me once about a play that they were doing, like, oh, this is going to be my big break. But in the words of one of my comedian friends, big breaks really aren't real. Just do the thing you love to do. Try to do it every day, even when other things get in the way. If you want to do theater, no matter where you are, go audition for a play or join it, take a class. If it brings you joy and removes stress from your life and brings you meaning, it is a good thing for you to do.